Let's get started. All right, first things first. I'm gonna draw a picture because, you know, I mean, what else can you do? You got this problem, right? Life is full of problems. Maybe physics is a metaphor for life, right? Full of problems, and you have to find a solution. Isn't that just like life? Well, I guess just like life, sometimes all you can do is draw a picture of a tree. I like to draw pictures of trees because sometimes it makes me feel better. And you know who else used to like to draw pictures of trees? Bob Ross. Let's just channel the spirit of Bob Ross for a minute and we're gonna draw a tree here. And remember, this is we're solving that problem. Okay, we're gonna solve that problem. But I think we're gonna need a nice happy tree here. Okay. I like to draw the outline first. Okay. It's sort of maybe a comic book style, right? In real life, things don't usually have outlines. Okay. But if you like to draw with pen, you can add a lot of texture by doing a dark color here. Okay. Now I've got a nice green pen here, and so I'm going to do some cross hatching here. Cross hatching is where you do a bunch of lines. I learned how to do this in a drawing class, and usually we used pencils, but you can do it with colored pens too, right? If you get some nice pens, you can color your tree in like this, and you get a nice pine tree going here, right? And this is probably from, maybe a cartoon. Maybe this is a tree in Invincible. Okay, maybe Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, I like the artwork in Invincible because it's a very kind of typical comic book style, right? And it reminds me of a typical comic book from like the 1990s, right? You've got the black outlines and then you've got some good shading there. Okay, well anyways, here's my pine tree and you can see a lot of different colors in here. Okay, just from your mind kind of plays tricks because um you see the dark here, and then I also have another color of green, so I'm gonna come in here. So it's kind of a bluish green, but some pine trees are actually kind of maybe darkish blue and green. Okay, so I'm gonna get a nice base here, and I'm gonna do some scribbles here. So draw a tree maybe and send your pictures of trees that you draw. And then I also have this kind of an amber color, but we could use this kind of for the base here. Okay. So we got a nice tree. And you know what? Just like in life, sometimes all you can do is just kind of maybe draw some sketches if you're stressed out, like, physics is bumming me out. So at least you get to draw pictures of trees. Okay. We got our tree here. I think it looks pretty good. All right, let's start adding let's add some. Yeah, let's add some rocks here down at the base. Maybe some pine needles and barks, and then we're gonna put a big mountain in the background here. A nice mountain. This because we're up in the Rockies now. This is big cliffs here, right? We got some nice mountains in the background, and then we got some nice fluffy clouds up here. Yes. Who doesn't like fluffy clouds? See, we got this nice afternoon up in the mountains. You're going for a hike. Maybe you're gonna have a picnic. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, there's our cloud. And we got some blue here. Let's add some sky. Okay, we're gonna get some nice cross hatching here for the sky. Not too dark, right? Because sometimes the sky is kind of nice out. Maybe it's a nice sunny day. Okay, so I'm gonna do some cross hatching this way with my blue here. All right, we're gonna have a nice a nice summer day here with my pen. I'm drawing some, nice blue sky. And with cross hatching, it actually, you don't want to fill it all in. You don't have to fill every square inch in because in a way, it kind of tricks your mind into seeing different colors of blue, maybe, different shades. And what you can do is you can come in with another angle here and just kind of put these lines in here, right? So you get kind of this nice sort of texture there, and somehow when your brain sees this texture, it kind of, if you don't look at it carefully, it kind of fills in, a different color. So you can control what colors people see by basically how densely um, you do this cross hatching here. Okay, and so it's up here. You see a little different colors in the skies. Got my nice pine tree here and this nice blue background, and I've got some happy clouds there. Well, all right. I think it turned out okay. We got a nice pine tree. But where am I gonna draw okay. I did too much shading here. All right, we're gonna have to add some numbers here. Okay, well, maybe a little less detail would have been better. All right. But anyways, I'm gonna draw this line over here. And what did the problem say?
Thank you, like and subscribe down below.